out there on the West Coast. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on there, Kay? Fellas, well, it seems as though every year now, the host city of the draft keeps topping the previous one. Las Vegas will be the site of the 2020 draft, and after watching Nashville become wildly successful, Sin City is saying, hold my beer. The city of Cleveland will get its chance now to show what they're all about, as it was rewarded the 2021 draft. Cleveland will be the 6th different location since the NFL began rotating locations for one of its marquee events. Kansas City will host the 2023 draft. Now, there's still no word on the location for the 2022 draft. Meanwhile, Raiders wide receiver Antonio Brown causing a stir when he missed the first day of OTAs, but all is well. Remain calm. Brown participating in day 2 of OTAs. Head coach John Gruden had said hopefully we'll see him in the next couple of days, so Gru got his wish. Brown's former team moving on without him. That leaves Juju Smith-Schuster as the main man in the Steelers' passing game, a role he seems ready to take over. Juju named the team's MVP last season after putting up more than 1,400 yards receiving to go along with a Pro Bowl appearance. Juju will be counted upon to be the guy, but he says it'll take a group effort.
Super exciting. But, I don't think of it as like that. I think of it like it's not about the number one guy. I mean, yes, you have number one quarterback, number one, running back, but at the end of the day, it's a collective game, The only way you move the ball is if all 11, make plays and do their job, and, that's what it's going to take to win the Super Bowl.
All right, so Juju saying all the right things. Okay, guys, all is well with Pittsburgh. There's team bonding trips at Ben's place and Georgia. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Nothing to see. Let's move on. Who are we talking about now? Bengals? Who are we talking about
keep talking about Juju because we've got more from him. Thank you so much. We will never stop talking Pittsburgh Steelers. And Big Ben is moving on from Antonio Brown, closing that page in his book. But his new number one guy you just heard from, Juju, said that the players who are still with the team are getting along really nicely this offseason. Here's more.
This chemistry is on point. We don't really have, everyone's on the same page. Everyone's communicating. There's really no, drama in our locker room.
No drama. Kyle, Juju famously compared his team to the Kardashians, and he talked about it with us on the red carpet at NFL Honors Super Bowl.
Really fun. He was flattered by it, too, that he was the Kendall, I believe.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that. It's obvious that last year was annoying. They're like, we feel great. We feel like we lost 50 pounds. It's nice until, you have 3rd and 10, and, you need your great players, and, you can't convert it. This whole idea about Juju replacing AB, Juju is probably not going to put up AB's numbers. And that's fine. You don't even have to. I think the name that doesn't get talked about enough is a huge name in the AFC next year, and it's James Conner. Do you remember the tweet that came out in the middle of the season that I thought spoke volumes? And it came from Le'Veon Bell, who sat out the entire season, right in the middle as the Steelers starting to pick up. He just tweeted, damn, James. Now, James Conner was killing Le'Veon Bell. It was not good for business. He was supposed to be terrible, and then Le'Veon would get paid and come back. James Conner is ripping off 100-yard games. This is as they were doing a 6-game win streak right in the middle of the season. He's going to have a massive, massive year. I think, become a star player who does better in our running back tournament because Juju is not going to be AB. No one is going to be AB. Look for James Conner to try to become this new superstar, or I don't think they're going to have any success.
Juju. How much chemistry, if it's all great and there's synergy and it's kumbaya, how can that translate onto the field and onto the scoreboard?
Well, it seems like they're all giving effort to work at it now. Big Ben is looking at what he did with Antonio Brown, and he's moving forward in a way that can help his team. And I look at the situation kind of like my relationship with my wife. When I was younger, I didn't communicate. I hated talking. If you said,
lots changed.
You said to me, we need to talk, I thought it was the worst day ever. I'm like, I got to sit here for an hour and talk about something I don't want to. Then as I got older, I realized that chemistry helps everything flow in the house when it comes to being a father, a husband, and even being a son and a brother. So with AB gone and now Big Ben looking at these young guys, he's understanding the more that I communicate, the better this chemistry will be. And Kyle, you said something that I disagree with.
Okay, good.
I feel like Juju Smith-Schuster is going to put up AB numbers.
No, he's not. No one's ever put up AB numbers.
15 touchdowns.
1,400 yards? we're talking targets up the wazoo.
Sure.
Big Ben is going to be chucking it to Juju. And I feel like with the only thing that can stop Juju from putting up these crazy numbers is that he doesn't step into his light. And he sees.
Or that he's not as good as Antonio Brown because no one is. You know what I mean? I don't slight at Juju. It's more like praise for AB. AB is a legend. I mean, he's that good. I'm not saying Juju doesn't have to. Like, there's going to be a new Steelers.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying 166 targets, he's going to have a chance to put up some wild.
No doubt he's going to have opportunities, but damn, AB is good, man. I know you love AB.
There was a quote from Juju, though, that struck me
Which
as
one?
interesting, which we didn't get on that show. He says, quote, "I'm looking at my own team and how we do and how we win." Says, "I would take 5 catches for 30 yards and win the game. And rather have that than have 10 catches and 2 touchdowns. It's not about me. It's about getting a Super Bowl." That
That's a
speaks
great
volumes. It speaks volumes to me as well. It's not about me. It's not, and that's been the message from the Steelers ever since moving from Le'Veon, ever since moving from Antonio Brown. And it looks like they're all in. So at the very least, they're all on the same page message-wise.
Yeah.
Does Juju get upset if they go to James Washington 4 times at the end of the game and not him? I don't know. He's only 22 years old.
Not that type of
But to me, that's a very interesting quote to have amidst all this turmoil on the outside with the Antonio Brown saga.
Are we overlooking how important Washington's going to be?
James Washington, James Conner,
Juju's
these are
success?
huge people. And
How good does he have to be? How big of a step does he have to take
13
to
catches
make
last year,
Juju?
James Washington.
right?
That's
13
crazy.
catches. He's your number 2 right now.
And you talked about, I believe it was a couple weeks ago, you said that James Washington was going to be the X factor for this team. But I feel like Juju is going to be the X factor. He's going to have to step up, and he's going to have to be everything that Antonio Brown was. And the simple fact that he was targeted almost 170 times, you know that Big Ben is going to be chucking it his way.
That quote is so idealistic, and I really respect it. Like, that's what you want.
Rather have 5 catches and
Right.
30 yards and win than 10 catches.
If that was a
touchdowns,
tweet,
and
it'd be a
lose.
sub-tweet directed
But
at
also,
Antonio Brown.
Isn't there some naivete to that? Like, we love Juju because of how youthful he is and how positive, but, like, is that a freezing cold take? Like, either week 6 or 2 years from now? Like, I love that there's so much great sound bites from the Steelers right now, but, like, guys, we still have to win games. Like, you can't win games by saying we're a team chemistry. There's a lot of teams that have great chemistry and go
Antonio
3-13.
Antonio Brown made the comment. He was like, just wait until real life hits you. And he was talking to Juju, and it's, what if he gets close to a contract and all of a sudden balls aren't coming your way?
When he didn't have the numbers that he could,
Or it's the end of the season and you're trying to hit your mark because you have a bonus coming and they don't throw you the ball. This stuff happens. This stuff has happened to me, and Antonio Brown has lived it. So Antonio Brown's saying, you're still in the honeymoon stages of your career. Just wait until things get real, which I completely understand right now. But while it's good, let it be good for Juju.
Yeah, if I'm a Steelers fan, though, I don't want Juju to have crazy numbers because Antonio Brown did and Lev Bell did and Big Ben did, and they didn't win Super Bowls together. And those are 3 of the most talented guys, and it's maybe the biggest disappointment in the last decade that those 3 could not bring a Super Bowl to that town. So, I don't know, the Wi-Fi, as Antonio Brown likes to call it, is clicking. It's working there right now. Maybe that is what they need. They don't need the numbers. They just need the synergy. I'm going to be optimistic. And
I'm trying to, too. The Browns are good. They have to put up some points, though, those Steelers.
How about the
Ravens
Chicago
are good.
Bears? You were there this weekend.
Bears have it all going on.
Really?
Super Bowl or bust this year, I'm telling you.
How's the Wi-Fi?
Clear. 5 bars.